What's it feel like to walk into a room? It's like in the middle of winter. You're the sun.
It's everything. You know what my mother used to call me? Dangerous. You're a dangerous girl. She was right.
Welcome to Kermode Uncut. Nick Winding Refn's The Neon Demon has just come out on DVD, and it's a film that I'm a big fan of. I've seen it a couple of times now, and it's very, very Nick Winding Refn. It's kind of a fantasia fairy tale set in the fashion industry, which involves, among other things, a sort of witchy subplot and some moments of extreme cinema and a sort of exploitation edge. But it's really, as far as I'm concerned, kind of the company of wolves with teeth. When the film played at Cannes, however, it outraged people. There was booing, apparently. There was, people were disgusted by it. And then there was an article in the Daily Mail. The article was by a journalist called Claire Foges, I think, Foges, I think that's how you pronounce it. She complained about the more extreme elements of the film, referring to cannibalism and necrophilia, and asking, will the BBFC roll over as usual, allowing yet more depraved content to appear on our screen? And then Nick Winding Refn tweeted to say, hey, Mail Online, thanks for trying to ban The Neon Demon. Perhaps it's time you saw it. Drop me a line and come to a screening. The funny thing about it was that when it happened, all it did was pique my interest in the film. It made me oddly nostalgic for the days when the Daily Mail tried really hard to ban David Cronenberg's Crash. I mean, I was involved in writing a piece about the attempt to ban it for Sight and Sound, and it all became sort of very fractious, but there was something kind of exciting about the fact that somebody wanted to ban this film. They thought it was going to destroy civilization, and the rest of us were saying, no, you have to allow it to be shown. It's part of freedom. It was a really, really big deal. And then I remember thinking, one of my favorite films of all time, The Exorcist, when I was a kid, I remember all the stuff about, we must ban this film, it's terrible, it's going to bring demons into the world. And I remember going to the Classic in Hendon to see another film and walking past crowds of nuns sprinkling holy water on people and protesters. This wonderful news footage of people standing outside cinemas, which kind of Father Ted signs saying, down with this sort of thing. Of course, if you know anything about the history of cinema, you know that pretty much every important movie has incurred a call for a ban from somebody. Go back to Battleship Potemkin. When Battleship Potemkin first came out, 1926, it was banned outright by the BBFC in 1926, and it wasn't allowed a certificate until after Stalin's death. They considered the film to be so incendiary that it would somehow send people into a sort of frenzy of rebellion. And actually, recently, I was doing an introduction for a film Within Our Gates, which is playing as part of the BFI Black Star season. And it is reportedly the oldest surviving film by an African-American director, Oscar Micheaux. And when that film was first to be exhibited, censors got very, very uptight about it, saying you can't show these scenes of lynching. They will cause, unrest. The fact of the matter is, throughout the history of cinema, anything that's got a bit of an edge, anything that's got a bit of clout, anything that's pretty much going to stand the test of time is going to annoy somebody. And for ages and ages, the answer was, let's ban this filth. We live in an age in which that has pretty much passed. I mean, the days of the internet, people don't really talk about banning things as they used to. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. We campaigned for ages for the right to watch rubbish Italian horror movies in their uncut form, and I'm proud that we got there. You know what? I miss a bit of a scandal.